Oh shit!
Everybody.
Did somebody just randomly cross?
Yeah, just because I'm sitting at like a door जहाँ पे मेरा अपना ये लगा हुआ है, तो पब्लिक ऐसे घूम रहा है बाहर. This is just.
अबे ये गाड़ी का नाम ब्रांड कौन सा? ब्रांडी ले लेते इनसे.
हाँ, दिख रहा नहीं है.
Fuck, Aadar. Show that shot again.
Yes.
Are there people crossing the road there?
Yeah, there are people crossing.
कौतुक. कैसा है सर?
Wow.
सब ठीक है कि
कौतुक.
बहुत टाइम से
सेगवेंदर सिंह.
तूने आज ही एक स्टैंड अप वीडियो निकाला और अभी तू ये कॉमेडी कर रहा है.
स्टैंड अप भी वही टॉपिक के ऊपर है. तो गाइस गो चेक आउट न्यू स्टैंड अप क्लिप दैट हैज कम आउट. इट इज अनदर स्टोरी फ्रॉम द सो सिद्धि एंड आई कलेक्शन. So check it out. It is on Crossing the Road and it's on my channel. And Baba, I heard you are also going somewhere for some shows or something.
चालू होते ही बेचना शुरू कर दिया है.
अरे क्योंकि इम्पोर्टेंट है.
आओ हमारे शो पे आओ, हमारा वीडियो देखो.
Guys, if you are watching in Berlin, Amsterdam and maybe Paris, I will be there in end of June.
बाबा अपना ब्लश कंट्रोल नहीं कर पा रहे. लाल देख.
Shit. Baba has reached Berlin before Chennai. Huh? That's crazy.
अरे मैं काम पे जा रहा है तो फ्लाइट टिकट
मेरा में तो शो कर पहले तू सीधा पेरिस पहुंच गया.
देख बाबा, आई एम इन लंदन. आई वुड लव टू
सीधा एम्स्टर्डम पहुंच गया.
Baba, I would love to come to like Germany or Amsterdam or Paris, but the problem is मेरे को Schengen वीजा नहीं मिल रहा है. So मैं जा रहा हूँ Edinburgh अपने प्लेस लेके. guys, I'm coming to Edinburgh with a play. And we are actually a pretty, like, it's a good cast and it's a fun play. नीचे मैं ये डाल रहा हूँ because we're doing a fundraiser because we need sets and we're doing 18 shows back to back, so it's quite expensive. So we're doing a fundraiser. उसका link नीचे डालेंगे हम लोग अभी when we upload this podcast.
18 shows तब करेगा जब फंड आएगा. फंड एक ही शो आया तो.
और guys, मुझे भी बोलना है. हम चारों में से मैं अकेला हूँ जो कुछ नहीं बेच रहा. ठीक है, मैं यहाँ पॉडकास्ट के लिए आया हूँ, इस आर्मी के लिए आया हूँ. तो
अच्छा.
एक हार्ट हो जाए मेरे पास है ही नहीं कुछ बेचने के लिए यार. जो था हो गया. तुम लोग वो शो पे आए नहीं. तो है कुछ टॉपिक की हम लोग रिप कर रहे हैं. क्या कर रहे हैं?
मैं तो क्लास से निकल के इधर आया. तो
क्या चल रहा है तेरे क्लास में? क्या चल रहा है
क्लास में? काफी कुछ चल रहा है क्लास में. अभी मैं स्वॉर्ड फाइटिंग खत्म हुआ है. अभी डांस क्लास.
स्वॉर्ड फाइटिंग.
डूइंग लाइक लेजिट. वो जो पुराना प्रॉपर हो जाता है ना, लाइक
रेपियर एंड सेबर्स के साथ. नया स्वॉर्ड फाइटिंग नहीं हो रहा है किधर भी. कोई भी नया स्वॉर्ड कैसे कर? नहीं, सब पुराना ही चल रहा है अभी तक.
No, but tell me something, Aadar. What was the one thing that after you did sword fighting, you were like, fuck, I didn't think that this would be like, this is so strange.
The fact that you are standing so far apart, like you always assume that sword fighting ऐसे बगल में हो रहा है and दोनों सामने ऐसे noses almost touching. At any given point of time, we are at least 7 feet away from each other while sword fighting, and it's still dangerous.
Oh,
so where is the sword?
The sword is fucking like it's so the sword would be about there's a specific length which is prescribed. So when you hang it from your hip, it cannot touch the ground.
It has to be inversely proportional to your.
Yeah, so it cannot touch the ground. So it was legs. Like I think one meter was the length of not 1 meter, like half.
Other, your leg is not 1 meter long.
Yeah, no. So it was like half a meter was the length or something. ऐसा कुछ था उसका length है. Because apparently what had started happening was people had started, there had to be a code established for sword length, because men had started to have swords which are way too long.
Of course. How is this not?
There was a point where people were hanging the sword from the hip and वो जमीन पे से drag होके जाती थी.
That's a spear, Aadar. It's not a sword. It's a spear.
नहीं, पर वो टाइम का मिड लाइफ क्राइसिस देखना, कोई बाइक तो था नहीं, तो क्या करे भाई, लंबी तलवार
सर 2 मीटर की तलवार बनाओ.
आप उठा नहीं पाओगे. अरे तू बनाना, लोग देख के डर जाएंगे.
अच्छा, also guys, super chat हम लोग ending में पढ़ते हैं. If you're watching this for the first time, we will read all the super chats together.
अच्छी कोई, is anybody watching this for the first time?
100%, 1%.
1% probably.
I am that person. I've seen first time.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, it's quite a stupid question, because how the fuck are you going to verify it?
Yeah, but anyway, if you are, we read super chats in the end, and the second thing is Insta Mojo का link है description में.
You know how I know.
Please.
You know how I know it's usually the first, like a person who's watching it for the first time, they invariably call Aadar Aadhar.
Oh yeah.
And Baba gets called Baba.
Baba, yeah.
And then what is the etymology of Baba? Etymology से याद आया.
Wow.
अरे बे हमने डिस्कस किया था कि तू टॉपिक नहीं करेगा, तू किधर सेगमेंट
टॉपिक
यार.
I know.
अरे अभी जो तूने प्रीमेच्योर इजैकुलेशन कर दिया बाबा, अभी फिनिश.
मेरा शॉट भी छोटा है, सुनना वरुण. आई एम सेइंग guys.
Nobody, बाबा मेरा शॉट भी छोटा है. टीम बनाओ.
But it's not the length of the sword, it's what you can do with it.
But one sec guys, Insta Mojo का link description में. If you don't want like YouTube to eat up half our money, then Insta Mojo.
अभी मेरे से मैथ मत कराओ प्लीज. Insta Mojo पे जाओ या तो फिर गूगल पे करो 981. हाँ, और अगर तुम पहले बार देख रहे हो, मिनिमम सुपर चैट इज $175.
Yeah. And if you're watching it for the first time, if you're watching it for the first time, there is a thing that Thakur does at the beginning of every episode. Thakur, you want to show them?
Today. Arey, he didn't do it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Internet Set. So, show we take random facts, times to about the stories and we talk about them. And we are back to yet another live stream. It feels weird. It's been a while. हम पे पैसे नहीं फेंके किसी ने, क्योंकि लाइव शो में कोई फेंक रहा नहीं.
आदर एक मिनट, तू ये जैकेट क्यों पहन लिया सडनली ऐसा?
क्योंकि ठंड है बाबा.
अच्छा, तू बाहर है कि तू स्कूल के कैंपस के अंदर है?
अरे स्कूल में है, लेकिन उनका हीटिंग ऐसा वाला हीटिंग नहीं है ना. हीटिंग फिर भी वो चल रहा है 17 डिग्री पे. 17 डिग्री पे ठंडी लगता है जमीन पे बैठ के.
क्या जलन हो रही है मेरे को तेरे को देख के. ब्रो तू जैकेट पहन के अंदर बैठा है क्योंकि उतनी ठंड है. इधर हम लोग मतलब मैं ये भी नहीं पहनूं, ये लाइव स्ट्रीम नहीं होता तो शायद नहीं पहनता.
I started the call, there was pav bhaji and no.
ब्रो बहुत टाइम कंट्रोल किया मैंने, पाव भाजी नहीं खाया है. ठीक है, बहुत टाइम डाइट के वैसे, क्योंकि हनीमून में मेरे को फ्लैट स्टमक चाहिए बीचेस पे. तो अभी मैंने पाव भाजी खा ली है अनफॉर्चुनेटली.
मैंने पाव भाजी नहीं खाया बहुत टाइम से.
Hey, Thakur, I was out with a stomach bug and viral infection, okay, for a whole week. At the end of that, to celebrate, I have ordered a masala pav from Amar.
And then you had a relapse. But now your recovery was faster because your body has immunity.
Dude, I spoke
the last time you fucked it up.
I spoke to Kautuk while he had food poisoning or whatever. And Kautuk is like, I don't understand how I can get. I've trained my stomach to eat whatever. How can I get food poisoning?
I think तेरे stomach के थोड़ा एक rebellious side था जिसने बोला बस हम ये नहीं सहेंगे. ये जो रोज कचरा गिर रहा है हम पे.
But I think we cracked it. Kautuk has started running. So the minute you start taking care of your health, your health is like
gets fucked.
But it makes no sense if you're running towards the Sepuri stall, right? Like what's the point?
Dude, आज हम लोग गए सिद्धि और मैं
5 किलोमीटर के एंड पे सेपुरी.
Dude, we have done a 5 kilometer walk/jog/run, and we have gone straight to High Point.
Speaking of High Point, पाव भाजी के साथ कॉम्बो में एक रवा डोसा और एक मौसम्बी /pineapple juice.
I'm so glad we're doing this live. No, I'm so glad we're doing this live now. Others tomorrow Thakur would be, guys, मेरा गला खराब है, मेरा
पेट खराब है.
By the way,
पाव भाजी from any of these places is instant satisfaction followed by instant regret.
Yeah. By the way,
वो ऐसे एक thin line है जो तू चल रहा है, जो मैं चल रहा हूँ.
Regret with butter.
So
the only thing that is not thin is the line of butter.
So at High Point, today we ordered Mozambique juice and we knew it was fresh. You know why, Baba? क्योंकि juice खट्टा था. मैंने अब भी पकड़ के लाया है.
But it could also mean
1.5 किलो वो शुगर नहीं डाला हुआ है, व्हाइट शुगर देखा है.
अभी पकड़ के लाया है क्या? मौसम भी भाग रहा है उससे. मुर्गी थोड़ी है.
नहीं, it wasn't.
No, but I'm saying it could also be a Mozambique that's been out in the sun for 3 days.
Yeah, but
they put it.
He made it now, and he didn't put any additive to mask the fucking wild taste of it.
A juice is not fresh when you make it. A juice is fresh when the fruit is fresh. It's not when you
नहीं जूस अभी बनाया तो फ्रेश.
नहीं अरे भाई
वो
कौतुक
छिलके
का
के साथ
benchmark
उसने किया
अलग
था
है।
क्या? वो छिलके के साथ ऐसे ही पकड़ के उसको जूस कर
Bro, I have a feeling, that it was that Mossambi which is like half black.
हाँ।
They've caught that and they're like, इसको डालेंगे pension.
Why
Dude,
are
I
people
उसने
catching
ये sugar-
Mosambis?
You know, there's a bucket in which all the peeled Mosambis are kept, right?
Oh.
And the bottom Mosambi normally takes a while because the recycling is new Mosambis keep coming on top. So you probably got the lowermost one, which was there for 2-3 days.
100%.
So that's why it was khatta.
100%. But क्या मजा आया. Oh, you don't get this experience with real juice and Tropical.
That's just fucking
Which is
sweet.
also not juice.
Agreed.
लेकिन
sorry.
pav bhaji is pav bhaji, bro. Don't deviate from the point.
Yeah.
That is true.
But do you do combo of pav bhaji with something else or no?
I do pav bhaji with extra pav, but that's not a combo. That's what
With
I do.
extra pav.
Yeah.
Bro, I'll tell you
Always
one
extra
thing.
pav. Extra
The
pav is
biggest
given.
problem with the pav bhaji, why you feel that stuffiness is because of the pav.
Extra pav.
Extra pav. Yeah.
No, even the 2 pavs that come with it, bro. Even the 2 pavs that is the pav that's making you stuffy. Trust me, उसको तू change कर और उसको तू रवा डोसा के साथ.
Yes,
No.
I was just gonna say that dosa and pav bhaji. Yes.
Oh.
Rough FM. अबे
अरे pav bhaji dosa is just.
Crepe.
No.
मस्त.
No.
Baba, have you had chop suey dosa? It's really good. Genuinely, they put like instead of the masala, they put chop suey noodles inside. It's
Bro, they
so
also call
fucking
that
good.
Ginny dosa. It's also called Ginny
Oh
dosa.
yeah, it's
के
called
बाद
chili
मिलता
dosa.
है.
But नहीं, chili dosa में खाली normal noodle होता है. आटा noodle होता है. उसमें वो नहीं होता. Chop suey नहीं
अलग
होता.
चीज है यार वो.
Somehow that just sounded worse. It just made it worse.
Dude, there's that kepsa rice and all of that. And now they've started inventing something called, there was somebody who sent Rasna Pani Puri or something like that. Okay.
Rasna pani puri?
Look at
Which
it.
doesn't sound that bad. But doesn't sound bad.
Of course it is. It's
Because
an
you can
orange
get-
flavored Pani Puri.
बाबा तू मेरे साथ
तुम्हें
Indian
रसना
accent
बोला.
गया है. He has
हाँ.
come with me to Indian accent, and there that guy has made some fusion pani puri, and Baba's like, "Oh my god,
It's
wow,
not
it's so
fusion pani
amazing!
puri.
It's Benadryl pani
क्योंकि
puri."
हाँ, क्योंकि वो
हाँ.
5,000 का पानी पूरी 5,000 का पानी पूरी
Exactly.
मस्त.
अरे
हाँ.
बाबा इन्फ्लुएंस्ड है. बाबा को उसका राइट साइड जो दिखाना होता है ऐसे 6,500 का एक
Yeah.
पानी पूरी. ओह वाह
Yeah.
मजा आ गया. उसका
No.
जिंदगी
सुक्का
बहुत
पूरी
worth निकला.
2,000 रुपए extra.
I told Kautuk very specifically about a restaurant that was in the top 3 in the country. That is fucking terrible. Okay, it is fucking terrible. Okay,
You still
so-
can't mask the fact that Baba.
Yes, well done, Kautuk.
हम
Varun,
done.
very well done.
Well done.
Varun, very well done. I love you.
Too good.
I love you.
Too good.
I love you.
लेकिन मेरे को
निकाला
अच्छा
है.
लगा. मेरे को अच्छा लगा.
क्या बात कर रहा है?
हाँ, मैं जब भी खाया तो मेरे को अच्छा लगा.
अच्छा, oh, नहीं, not at all. The flavors just didn't. But oh my God, Varun, I am so proud. Like,
देख क्या
wow.
फायदा लेकिन 3 लोग को समझा तू.
नहीं, सबको समझ गया अब तो.
नहीं, Baba, you like your definition of सबको is so weird.
या 1700 लोग देख रहे हैं. 1700 लोग में से किसको समझा वो प्रीवियस
एक मिनट, but 17 लोग.
By the way, 1700 लोग
से
देख रहे हैं.
कितना
Likes कितना है?
हाँ, well done.
Ah, the important questions.
ओ भाई क्या चल रहा है. 1700 लोग देख रहे हैं लेकिन सिर्फ 550 लाइक. बहुत नाइंसाफी है. थोड़ा लाइक्स दो गाइस प्लीज. कि जितना तुम लाइक दोगे शेयर करोगे उतना बाकी लोग के नजर में आएंगे हम.
नजर क्या है?
नजर में
बाबा भूल गया क्या कि हम लोग लाइव पे है कि उठ के चले गए.
मैं आइसक्रीम
हो
लेने
गया.
गया.
Just
पाव भाजी.
Baba thing.
आइसक्रीम
पाव भाजी आइसक्रीम.
Fuck the level
हाँ,
of
तू ये पॉडकास्ट को वो चिकन चॉपर राइस वाला आदमी जैसे बना देगा कि तू अभी हर स्ट्रीम पे बैठ के खाता है.
अरे नहीं रे, मैं आज खाया क्योंकि मैं आइसक्रीम बहुत टाइम से नहीं खाया.
चिकन लेग
mukbang.
पीस. ओके
Cheers.
चल.
क्या बात है?
ये क्यों करेगा 1766 और हम लोग 3. Why will you do this to 1769 people?
क्या 76 क्या मतलब? तू अभी पाव भाजी के बारे में बात कर रहा था, फिर वो चाइनीज डोसा.
मैं खाया क्या? खाया क्या मैंने पाव भाजी?
हाई पॉइंट का जूस पिया ना तू?
Fuck,
तू भी
Thakur.
पीना जूस.
Thakur, Aadar, I think you will be extremely proud of this next thing I want to tell you that has happened in my life. So 2 things have happened. One, I've started going to the gym, and now I'm a person who has protein shakes.
Oh, कौन सा ले रहा है?
Wait, on का.
On. Gold standard. काला
Yeah,
box, red top.
it's the flavor is vanilla ice cream.
Eeks यार. और तो I'm sure तू जाके पूछा होगा कि कुछ मंचूरियन फ्लेवर प्रोटीन शेक है क्या?
He tried to
पानी
sell
पूरी
me.
फ्लेवर है क्या?
He tried to sell me डबल चॉकलेट so badly. It's like, sir ले लो please, sir बहुत चलता है, सब लोग यही लेते हैं.
Expiry
I used to
देखने का.
hate them. I used to hate those
Protein shakes? Yeah, really?
I hated them. Yeah, I used to try so much stuff to make them like edible.
ये क्या है? Protein shake ही है ना?
पानी है. गरम पानी पीता हूँ इसमें तो.
ये सीधा गरम पानी पे आ गया है.
खाली गरम पानी पीता हूँ इसमें.
लेकिन आदर, तू लंदन में रह के वहां पढ़ने लिखने से अपने संस्कार को नहीं भूला?
नहीं, संस्कार नहीं बोला. But I've realized
जो
that
रेफरेंस के लिए हाई फाई मारो.
हाँ, रानी मुखर्जी.
हाँ, क्या ये समझा नहीं बाबा. हाँ, क्या चल रहा है आदर, बता तेरे.
I'm getting like a lot of history lessons in London about. तो अभी आज मैं थोड़ा.
Are you learning about your forefathers?
Yeah, my forefathers.
Country we colonized. क्या बात कर रहे हैं तुम?
मेरे को
दादाजी,
मेरे को से हम लोग क्या ये कॉन्फ्रेंस कॉल ही कर रहे हैं क्या पूरा एपिसोड?
नहीं, मैं बता रहा ना, मैं लाया है नया टॉपिक on my iPad.
Oh, very old school.
Yeah, this is iPad Gen 1. So I found out about this thing called this term, and I think all of us have heard this, called hung, drawn, and quartered. Hung, drawn, and quartered. So, like, do you have kind of an idea? क्या होता था? What is this?
is it sexual?
No, it's a form of torture. Very.
So is it sexual?
Yeah, kind of. It has some sexual. Yeah, it has some sexual undertones that are happening.
तो तू लंदन गया और तू सीधा torture techniques के बारे में.
Torture techniques, because this is part of their entire history. So this was like in 1352 onwards, this was started, and this was the punishment for high treason. So high treason, like, मतलब king को मारने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, वो सब हो रहा है.
But king को मार रहे हो while drunk.
Yeah. So this was Henry the Third के time से चालू किया था इन लोग ने. So what would happen? What is hung, drawn, and quartered? And first of all, the order इन लोग ने पूरा Chris III का order किया है, because first is actually drawn, because you are tied to the back of a horse.
Holy shit.
मतलब horse
And
drags you. So you're drawn. So I don't know why it should be drawn, hung, and quartered, but like ये लोग hung Chris III. So पहले ये लोग वो करते थे. Then once the horses have dragged you all through the town where everybody is gone, shame, देखा तेरे drag होते हुए, then they hang you and hang you to the point of almost death.
Oh.
Because killing you was not enough. You don't go to heaven or hell. You don't deserve either. So you have to go somewhere in the middle. So they have to keep the torture on.
साले अगर घोड़ा तेको खींचते हुए लेके जा रहे हैं, बड़ा पत्थर है, सर फट गया, मर गया.
अरे उस टाइम मट्टी का होता ना रास्ता, वहां पे कॉबल स्टोन नहीं होता था कि सब जगह देखो करके जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा. So वहां पे लेके जाके they hang you till you almost die. Then you are emasculated while you are awake, and if you fall asleep or pass out, they will wake you up and then continue.
Fall asleep? I don't think anyone is falling asleep.
ये सब बोलेगा भाई बहुत थक गया हो यार. क्या हुआ तेरे को? अरे मैं पूरा घोड़े पे पूरे गांव से आया, थोड़ा सोता हूँ.
So then they emasculate you. So they cut off your penis. Okay, so that is happening, and then they show you after they've cut off your penis.
Oh God.
Very publicly, like when you're tied up to this board.
Oh, that's why it's quartered, like because now you have a quarter.
No. That is nowhere close to what.
No, you get a quarter.
This is just emasculation. This is just shame. This is just shaming you over and over. Then there is disembowelment, where they will reach into your stomach and pull out your intestines while you're alive and show it to you.
Confirm. मैं तो मर जाता bro.
You will be surprised if the intestines are not completely pulled out. If they're just half pulled out, the body is still functioning. They're still connected, and intestines are very, very, very long. So they can literally pull it out and show the insides of the person.
Why are they doing this?
And you're alive while they're showing this to you.
Fuck, you know, worse will be like वो ऐसे होता ना जो magician निकालते हैं अपने हाथ से, वैसे तेरा intestine निकाल रहा है, देख रहा है कि
कितना लंबा इसका है. अरे large intestine.
अरे मसाला पाव.
Right face small.
But pretty much all through these times, the torture mechanisms, like there's that torture of museum or something, that the thing, if you go there,
torture by museum.
Museum of torture.
पूरा म्यूजियम में उसको घुमाया. ये पढ़
उसको torture करा म्यूजियम.
चला लेके चले इसको.
That
ये भी पढ़
museum of torture, they just
ये पढ़, ये पूरा वो देख स्टोनेज मैन के बारे में पढ़,
they were just
खोल,
horrific.
पढ़
Just horrific.
सर मैंने किया कत्ल, I just kill me already, I can't go to another subsection.
सर pottery section मत लेके जाना
मत दिखाओ सर, सर माफ
क्राउन ज्वेल्स मत दिखाओ मेरे को, क्राउन ज्वेल्स
सर, I don't care what amoeba looks like up close, sir, it's okay, I admit, kill me, quarter me, sir, quarter me.
This is why I can't have a conversation.
And then finally,
Don't take me to the museum, sir.
उनको ये लोग behead करते थे. After all this,
while you're
then they are
awake,
beheaded.
तो अपना beheading भी देख.
Beheading फिर तेरे को ऐसे दिखाएंगे, ये देख,
ये
ऐसे
देख.
behead करके बाद में तेरे को तेरी body ऐसे दिखाते हैं, because you have 5 seconds
Your-
of some
Your head is
semblance
centered.
while you're beheaded.
Shit, man.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
क्या regret?
And then you are quartered into 4 pieces.
Oh, then you are quartered.
अच्छा, by the
लेकिन
way,
फायदा
अभी
क्या है? मैंने
अभी देख
देखा
कोई
नहीं
आ गया है
आपको।
और मेरे को बहुत इरिटेट कर रहा है बच्चा, देख
क्या?
ये बच्चा ये
Aadar,
मम्मी
turn
जा
the
रही
camera.
नहीं.
Aadar, turn the camera around.
That's
क्या कर
hilarious.
रहे हैं?
अरे वो जा रही है, उसकी माँ भी उसको एनकरेज कर रही है कि हाँ जा.
जाके मार.
तो
और कुछ
तो
बचा है
then-
तेरे मर्डरर के पास?
हाँ, then after that, when all this is happening, after all this has happened, they would hang and display your quartered parts in different parts of the country, and most prominent part was Tower of London. That's where they would actually
क्या
display.
पब्लिक जा रहा है ये देखने के लिए कि
हाँ,
आज के
public ज्यादा
बुक बाय
entertainment
शो
है,
से
ये उन लोग का
मैं
Netflix. अरे dude, ये
टिकट
Netflix
खरीदता
होता था
हूँ.
इन लोग का.
आज
ये
क्या
उस time का
देखो,
Netflix
मिशन
है.
इम्पॉसिबल, severed head. Would you like corner seats? Yes, love seats. And please add
And
samosa
a guy-
and popcorn also. और उधर सर दिखा रहे थे. अरे क्या? Wow, love it.
ओपनिंग
And the
वीकेंड पे
person,
Kill.
and the
Sets the
person
box office
who's
on
managed to
fire.
avoid this.
Severed head.
There is one dude who managed to avoid this. Our friend Guy Fawkes,
ओ गाय फॉक्स
when he was supposed to go through this procedure, he was dragged by the horses, got to his noose, and noose पे काफी high था noose, so that lot of people could see, because he had the conspiracy to blow up the parliament with the king in it. So ये noose पे जा रहा था. नूस पे चढ़ने के लिए बहुत लंबा लैडर था. हाँ, उसको खुद चढ़ा रहे. I don't know why they used to do this. वो देख तू ही चढ़ लैडर पे, तो खुद लैडर पे चढ़ रहा है वो अपना नूस पे लटकने के लिए. और फिर
Are you in a parking lot, Aadar? And is there a car coming
Oh, I
towards
think
you?
they keep opening the
नहीं.
fire exit.
Yeah, they are opening the fire exit and nobody is realizing that you shouldn't open a fire exit. उस पे इतना बड़ा लिखा है alarm will sound. हाँ, so Guy Fawkes वहाँ पे लैडर पे चढ़ रहा है, and then he jumped off the ladder and broke his neck so that he would avoid all this. So Guy Fawkes end तक boss.
Fuck, must. Broke his own neck. Wow,
Yeah.
that's some way to go though. Shit.
ये देख एक
But
और
why-
बच्चा confused.
Why
But it's
do you
why
know
you're-
this?
Hey, there's an iPad in front of you. Why do they think that you're talking to them?
Because the iPad is stuck on a glass wall, so they're very shocked that a phone or iPad is stuck on a wall, on a glass. Like there is no support to the phone.
अच्छा, तो वो सक्शन कप वाला लेके आया क्या?
हाँ.
चल ठीक है. वाह, इतना खुश है.
हाँ, Aadar full ऐसा जैकेट स्ट्रेटन कर.
Weird flex. मेरा iPad चिपकता है दीवार पे. क्या बात कर रहा है? Fuck. Crazy. हो गया और कुछ टॉर्चर?
Aadar, तेरा स्टैंडर्ड कन्वर्सेशन पॉइंट किधर है? मंकी फैक्ट.
अच्छा, monkey facts.
लाया कि नहीं
Okay,
लाया?
I have a monkey fact. Yes. But I don't know, देना चाहिए या बाद में के लिए, like actual recorded episode के लिए डालना चाहिए या यहाँ पे live में we should
डाल दे.
release it. I don't know.
तो डालना.
डाल दे. एक मिनट, अभी मत बोल. रुक. कितने
Likes?
1000 लाइक. 1500 लाइक कीजिए उसको और आदर मंकी फैक्ट बताएगा.
ठीक है.
एक्चुअली 2000. क्या 1500 में क्यों बिक रहे हैं अपन? 2000.
Because 2000 लाइक होने तक आदर का क्लास
आदर को जाना होगा.
हाँ, लेकिन मंकी फैक्ट उसने ऑलरेडी डाल दिया है, जूम चैट पे है, सो हम भी कर सकते हैं.
Wait, I also have one monkey fact. And it's fucking nuts. So Aadar, तू बता फिर मैं एक मस्त वाला है. Like,
are you talking about like the new viral thing that's happening?
Oh
Monkey
God,
pox.
yeah.
वो monkey
Monkey
pox.
pox.
बे थकनी क्या क्या ये यार, कितने अभी आएंगे?
But apparently it's not as
No, it's nothing. It's nothing.
It's not that bad. It goes away in a few days, but
Like chicken
And they
pox.
already have the cure for it. I mean, like the
Antidote.
whatever antidote vaccine situation for it is the same smallpox vaccine.
smallpox vaccine. Yeah.
So, हाँ बताओ कौन दे रहा है monkey fact?
चल ठीक है. I'll start with one monkey fact today. This was reported on 6th of May.
मैंने बोला 2000 पे तू monkey fact देगा.
हम लोग 1000 पे दे. हम लोग 1500 के लिए भी नहीं रुक रहे.
नहीं, किसी ने लिखा बोला 2000 लोग दिख रहे भी नहीं.
No, but that's not how it works, ना. पहले से likes पे
तुम
है
लोग
ना.
लाइक देके चाहो तो हो जाएगा.
नहीं क्या एक आदमी थोड़ी 10 बार लाइक दे सकता
हाँ, दूसरे डिवाइस से जाके तो दे सकता है ना.
है. इतना मैंने गाइस आपके पास पड़े 4 डिवाइसेस को लेके जाइए और प्लीज हमें लाइक दीजिए. ये
करते हैं हम लोग. मम्मी पापा भाई बहन
तो
सबको.
फिर अपन क्यों नहीं कर रहे लाइक? अपन भी लाइक करते हैं. 1000 और 3 हो जाएगा. अच्छा चल आदर दे दे. Fast.
All right. So, ये 6th of May. So it's very recent. This news had come in, but what it pertains to has been happening since 2016 is the case. So, monkey in front of the Rajasthan police station. There was a police station in Rajasthan.
Yes, same one.
Stole.
Oh, you will both have the same monkey fact.
Yeah.
Ah.
Thank you to the people who sent this to me 17 times on.
This is too good.
So there's a monkey in Rajasthan who stole evidence pertaining to a murder,
Including the murder weapon.
including the murder weapon. There was a bag that the monkey stole which had 15 pieces of evidence along with the murder weapon, all kept in one place. एक ही थैले में इन लोग ने सब कुछ डाला था.
थैले में एविडेंस लेके जा रहे.
थैले में डाला है. This was a missing persons case from September 2016. Okay, and 2 arrests were also made. So this evidence was very, very important for conviction.
Oh shit.
And now ये murder weapon का
तो
bag
कहाँ से चुराएगा?
इन लोग ने पुलिस स्टेशन के बाहर एक झाड़ है, वो झाड़ के नीचे छाव में रखा था और मंकी आके उठा के लेके गया.
एक मिनट रिवाइंड. उन लोग ने एविडेंस एक तो पहले थैली में रखा, उसके बाद बोला अच्छा द बेस्ट प्लेस टू कीप द फकिंग थैली इज अंडर अ ट्री आउटसाइड द पुलिस स्टेशन.
Yeah.
But why was it outside a police station?
I don't know.
Why was it in the थैली?
अरे सुखाने के लिए रखा था बाबा.
अरे थैली मतलब एक बैग.
Blood है यार
They say
उस
it's
पे.
a bag. तो
But
अभी वो
उसने
लेके चला
छाव में
गया.
रखा है.
नो और उधर आजू बाजू के लोग कितने चूती है जो ऐसे बैग देखा तो उठा के नहीं गए. मंकी कैसे पहले लेके गया? आई वुड अज्यूम कि और कोई जाके उठा ले. नहीं उठाते क्या ऐसे?
उठाया होगा फिर खोला रहेगा. अरे मर्डर वेपन.
अरे shit नहीं इस पे खून लगाओ.
But are we sure that a monkey took it and not the murderer?
The
Not
police
the
stated that a monkey stole. The police went to the court. The court asked for the court asked for all the evidence to be given. The police said evidence चोरी हो गया. How? बंदर ने चोरी किया.
Buys a monkey.
And they blamed a constable. And this is the sad part. The constable later, like he was suspended, but then later retired and he died.
Oh fuck.
Oh. So it's like वो सारा का सारा ब्लेम एक आदमी पे डाल दिया है जिसको बोला था कि ये तू थैला पकड़ और लेके जा कोर्ट, और उसने 2 सेकंड के लिए कुछ खाना वाना खाने के लिए बैठा होगा झाड़ के नीचे.
Oh, and then the monkey so fuck. Can you imagine there's a monkey out there, dude, with hard evidence?
Yeah.
अच्छा they didn't find the bag later also, like even like parts of it.
So far there has been no update.
Can you fucking believe it?
You think the monkey wants to kill the murderer himself? He's like he shouldn't escape justice. ये bail पे निकल जाएगा तो मैं I'll avenge this person who was killed and then kill the murderer myself. There is somewhere a monkey who's sharpening the knife on a cycle
as we speak.
like, तेरा बदला लेगा भाईजान.
Fuck बाप.
सुना दे तेरे medical mysteries.
हाँ. So okay, so here's what I have for today. Okay, so now these are a couple, actually more than a couple, much more than that. These are a few of the strangest medical studies in recent history. Okay, so let's start with the first one, which is a study, which is a fun study. I'd like to take part in this. It was a study where the participants got to get drunk. Okay, and what they were studying was essentially this: researchers wanted to find out which was worse. Was it worse to drink and drive, or was it worse to use a phone while driving? And what they found was that in 2006 they published this study, and they had recruited 40 social drinkers and tested their performance 4 times on a driving simulator. So it wasn't like कि पिला के चल ऑल्टो में बैठ.
मेरे को लगा वो असली असली चेक तो होता है ना, सिम्युलेटर पे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा आपको.
So, you'll still get reactions, no? Because if there's a car coming and all that. And also how drunk, Kautuk? That's
I'll tell you. So
अरे वो बेवड़े को बिठाया होगा उन लोग ने सिमुलेटर में और बोला है कि एक असली गाड़ी है. वो बेवड़े को थोड़ी फर्क पता चल रहा है.
that's what I'm saying. How drunk?
बेवड़े की बैटरी.
वो बोला मैं घर लेके जा रहा हूँ इसको.
Like, are you slightly over the limit, or are
No.
you like?
No, they
don't
were.
have any limit.
This is what it says. Okay, it says that they were plied with free cocktails until they were legally drunk. So breathalyzer में जितना दिखेगा उतना. Okay, now they were. So there were now 3 versions. Okay, one is driving with a handheld cell phone, driving with hands free. You know the thing that Bawa does, where ऐसा phone लगाता है और फिर बात करता है और गाड़ी चलाता है. ठीक है. And the third is drunk people driving. Now, and the fourth obviously was sober people, free of distractions. So now what they found was that drivers using either type of cell phone, handheld or hands-free, they were involved in more traffic accidents than in the driving simulator than drivers who were drunk or sober. So, in fact, cell phone users were more than
sober वाला तो guarantee नहीं होएगा ना accident उसका कम.
I mean, it's also
जरूरी नहीं है.
just a bad driver.
Yeah, you're a bad driver. So, in fact, cell phone users were more than 5 times as likely to cause an accident as non-distracted drivers.
See, that depends on what call they're having. ठीक है, अगर किसके ऊपर भड़क गया ये वो तो तूने गुस्सा निकल के लेफ्ट मार दिया कोई अंकल पे, वो गलत.
एक्सेलरेटर दबा दिया.
यार भाई कितना बार बोला नहीं करना.
So, but that was, for me also, this was pretty interesting because I thought that of everything else, the safest would be hands-free, because I've seen this a lot.
Yeah,
I've sat in cars where
currently is Bauer drunk or is he on the phone?
On the phone.
Hilarious.
Good.
So
live demo दे रहा है Bauer.
अरे but I'm attentive. देखा क्या? हाँ.
अभी बाबा ऐसे बाबा's desk will hit a truck.
Yeah, and just a caveat over here. The caveat is don't do any of these things. Just drive sober and undistracted.
Take a cab.
Yeah, I was fucking surprised.
Then you can drunk text. You know what I mean? You can be drunk and be on the phone.
And then you regret that text so much, you'll be like, shit, kash gaadi.
And then you will sober up immediately. And then you come back home.
And then you tell your Uber wala, चढ़ा दे यार highway पे दूसरे side. So, okay, in the next study, the first thing I just want to read out to you is the headline. And the headline says, this one study where semen was injected into a woman's skin. Okay, now I will tell you the reason behind this. So this is one of the most unusual of the experiments, and it was done for one very particular person. So it's this British woman who was known to have an allergy to Brazil nuts. Okay, every single time she had Brazil nuts or came into contact with it, she used to develop hives. She used to have shortness of breath and basically get severe allergic reactions. Now, what happened is, this one time she had intercourse with her boyfriend. Okay. Now he had eaten mixed nuts, including 5 Brazil nuts, 3 hours before the two of them hooked up. And after that, she developed hives and shortness of breath and allergic symptoms. So now, because her boyfriend knew about her food allergy, which is why he had bathed, brushed, cleaned his nails and done everything he possibly could to clean himself off the Brazil nuts before the two of them had intercourse.
खाली बादाम खा लेता चुतिया.
नहीं खाता Brazil nuts. खाना है. नहीं मैं तो खाऊंगा. देखो प्रमोद क्यों खा रहा
One
है
thing.
तो मैं हाथ दूंगा लेके.
You had one job.
Now the two of them hadn't used a condom, so the symptoms could not have been due to latex sensitivity.
Or the condom was Brazil nut flavored.
So
ये किसी ने सोचा ही नहीं.
So basically, doctors, to check their hypothesis, they injected semen into the woman's skin. Okay, this was a tiny bit of semen 4 hours after her boyfriend had eaten Brazil nuts, and lo and behold, she developed the symptoms, and so it was deduced that even semen contains Brazil nuts. So
I mean, that guy's semen contains Brazil nuts. No?
After it, not
it came from some Brazil nuts. So.
One sec. I'm still not understanding. You have an.
अगर तू फोन पे नहीं रहता.
I have a question, which is that.
Of course you do.
I have an allergic reaction to nuts, and you've had sex with your boyfriend who has had Brazil nuts. Obviously, it is because you've had sex with your boyfriend who said, why do you have to test this hypothesis by injecting?
तो क्या boyfriend ने झूठ बोला? उसने बोला कि नहीं मैंने Brazil nut नहीं खाया. तो बोला अरे फिर कैसे हो रहा है?
आया धोया सब कुछ ब्रश भी किया है.
हाँ नहीं तो बोला मैं Brazil nut खाया भी नहीं. झूठ बोला होगा.
No, so the thing
doctor ने बस्ट किया boyfriend को. अभी फट
the thing is he said all of these things, so the doctor was like ठीक है चल try करते हैं, तेरे को semen inject करके देखते हैं क्या होता है.
Why would you be okay?
She was, and she has made a massive contribution to science now. Apparently semen contains nuts if you eat them, even up to 4 hours afterwards.
Nuts contain semen. Semen contains nuts.
Okay, now
nuts गाड़ी याद है कि नहीं वो पहले मीम होता था. These nuts नहीं सुना है मीम. Come on guys, अगर आपने these nuts सुना है मीम जो पहले आता था तो प्लीज लाइक करो. अगर आपको वो मीम पसंद आए तो ये पॉडकास्ट को लाइक करो प्लीज.
Okay,
शेयर भी करो.
The next one is a very morbid experiment, and this is an experiment that was used to explain human evolution. Now the hypothesis was that human beings have an odd structure of hands. Okay, now why is it odd is because in comparison to apes, human hands have shorter palms.
There's an alarm.
Their fingers are the palms and fingers are shorter and their thumbs are longer. Okay, so hilarious. Aadar. So essentially what
telling other people that there's an alarm.
अरे बाहर से कोई बोल रहा है कि तू खोल दरवाजा क्योंकि बाहर डोर नॉब नहीं है. आलसी साला.
Oh. So anyway, so what these guys wanted to do was they wanted to test this hypothesis that we have these oddly shaped hands because it's better for dexterity, for holding things, and it's more useful as a fist in a fight. Okay, it's better to have this shape where your fingers are shorter, palms are shorter, and thumb is longer. So to test this hypothesis that your fist packs in more power than an open-handed slap, they used the severed forearms of 8 male cadavers. So they found 8 male dead bodies and they cut off the hand and then they bunched it into a fist and they kept pounding it.
But how that will never have
लंदन जाते हैं वहां पे मिलता है गाय फॉक्स का हाथ.
Exactly. So
वो severed hand लेके मार रहे.
Each arm was mounted on a wooden board suspended from a pendulum so the hand could strike a padded surface with force when balled up as a fist, and or when delivering an open-handed wallop with a flat palm. Okay, I don't know why they decided.
How could suppose कहीं मिला उन लोगों को हाथ? How did they make a fist out of it? Because once rigor mortis sets in, वो हाथ या तो ऐसा रहेगा या तो ऐसा रहेगा.
They found 8.
Whoever died holding
8 very angry men.
अब मर गया तो उसका वैसे हाथ काट दिया.
तो तूने चाटा का फिर कैसे टेस्ट किया?
कौतुक ने टेस्ट नहीं किया है. कौतुक से बता रहा है. ऐसे क्या कौतुक?
So basically the conclusion they drew was that your fist packs in 55% more force than an open-handed slap. So if you ever find yourself in a fight and or roadies, make sure that you have a fist and not an
Yeah,
open.
they really had to do a study for this.
Yeah.
नहीं, I don't agree with this study because तुम लोग ना थप्पड़ वाले competition नहीं देख रहे. YouTube पे जाओ, look at slap competitions. जहाँ पे जो ऐसा हाथ लेके आदमी बेहोश हो जाता है.
Oh yeah.
या तो तू कमल हसन का मूवी देख हिंदुस्तानी, इसमें वो ऐसा करके किसको इधर मारता तो आदमी मर जाते. क्योंकि तुम लोग हाथ फेस कमल हसन स्ट्रेट ऐसे हिंदुस्तानी देखा कि नहीं पिक्चर? हाँ सीन है ब्रो. खट
स्पॉक सिर्फ ये करता है.
हाँ
ये करता है स्पॉक, बस ये करता है और ये करता है. ये करता है तो खत्म. ये होता है स्पॉक.
Oh. So by the way, speaking of completely pointless, redundant, useless medical studies, let me tell you about the next one.
I thought you were talking about Neville.
I'm going to put my.
चल, on that note, मैं जा रहा है. मेरे को क्लास के लिए जाने.
Oh, you're actually going. Okay.
तेरा ये 4
अब जा रहे. तो कौतुक चल, अपन दोनों ही है फिर.
चल.
हाँ.
मैं सिर्फ आइसक्रीम रख के आ रहा था. बट
नहीं मत आ वापस, तेरे को बोलने थोड़ी आने.
चल. Bye guys.
चल बाय.
See you Aadar.
ये तू फायर अलार्म चालू करके जा, मजा आएगा.
वो मेरे को डिपोर्ट कर देंगे ये लोग. चल बाय.
तेरा
Imagine
फ्लाइट टिकट फ्री हो जाएगा फिर.
Imagine if he's hung, drawn and quartered for that.
कि अलार्म
उसको बांध घोड़े के साथ बांध.
घोड़ा जा भाग रहा ऑक्सफोर्ड स्ट्रीट पे.
सर मैंने बस फायर अलार्म लगा था. ये देख तेरा इंटेस्टाइन.
There's no need for that, sir. I literally just tripped an alarm. और अभी ये देख क्या है.
So okay. Okay, just tell me the answer, okay, to this question. The scientists in this experiment, they wanted to check, okay, whether people who wore wet underwear in the cold, would they feel more cold than people who didn't?
ये सब जब बैठे थे साइंटिस्ट और डॉक्टर्स कह रहे क्या करना चाहिए, कैंसर का क्यों, नहीं एक काम कर, अगर तू चड्डी गीला करके बाहर जाके तो ज्यादा ठंडी लगता है क्या? सही बात. रॉयल अल्बर्ट मेडिकल एसोसिएशन हैज गिवन अ $5 million PhD ग्रांट. उधर सब गीली चड्डी पहन के जाके हाँ ठंडी लग रहा है.
मेरे को सिर्फ इतना पता. सो द अदर ऑप्शन, इट्स गीली चड्डी पहन के ठंड में
फूल खिला है.
और इज इट ड्राई चड्डी और इज इट नो चड्डी?
I'll tell you.
अबे वो गीली चड्डी बोल रहा है तो तू ड्राई चड्डी पे कैसे पहुंच गया?
नहीं, वो बोल रहा है गीली चड्डी इज ऑप्शन 1.
Okay, but what do you guys
ऑप्शन नहीं है.
चैट भी बताइए कि आपको क्या लगता है, अगर आप गीली चड्डी ठंडी में पहनोगे तो आपको ठंडी लगेगी कि नहीं लगेगी?
नहीं लगेगी.
आई डोंट थिंक लगेगी.
तू सिर्फ चड्डी पहन के जा रहा है कि उसके ऊपर जीन्स पैंट, ट्रैक पैंट, क्या पहन रहे हो उसके ऊपर?
Okay, I'll tell you and I'll give you more information. Okay, this was a small study for obvious reasons.
How many people would want to wear wet undies and go out? Anybody? Nobody? Sir, what about you?
No, this was done in Norway. Okay, and this study was conducted in 1994, published in the Journal of Ergonomics. And what they did is they looked at
ergonomics.
Yes. Okay, they looked at 8 men.
अरे आपका बैक का पोस्चर कैसे है अगर आपने गीली चड्डी पहनी? सर, what is this? An ergonomics?
पर चड्डी गीली कैसे हुई?
सर बैठ के सर एक्चुअली टिम्बर सपोर्ट नहीं है ना, सर थोड़ा गीला हो जाता है.
So basically
बहुत कंफर्टेबल था तो सुसु करने का मन ही नहीं किया तो पैंट में कर दिया. नॉर्वे में ठंडी भी बहुत है सर.
It looked at 8 men who sported long underwear, tops, bottoms, while sitting in a test chamber for 60 minutes in cold temperature. Some men wore wet long underwear while others wore dry. Now they checked on these men by testing every minute of the experiment. The men's skin temperature, rectal temperature, and weight loss were measured. After 10 minutes, the men rated how much they were shivering and sweating and how comfortable they felt. Funnily enough, surprisingly, the men in wet undies felt colder and less comfortable.
Cold? Really? I thought ये उल्टा स्टडी होगा कि अरे वाह देखा इसलिए हमने इतने पैसे भरे.
So this was such a pointless study.
Not like I did one.
ये किधर हुआ स्टडी?
नॉर्वे.
ब्रो उधर कुछ नहीं चल रहा है, उधर सिर्फ ब्यूटी देख के लोग पक गए कि क्या करे गीला चड्डी पहन. Why are you saying that? कुछ है नहीं करने के लिए यार.
No, you know what I think this was? I think some
18
guy,
घंटा अंधेरा होता है यहाँ पर.
Thakur, some guy peed his pants, and when people caught him,
बोला,
they
मैं
were
study
like,
में.
they're like, ये कैसे हुआ? नहीं, मैं scientific study कर रहा हूँ.
क्या बात कर रहा है? Just to cover up a lie, he actually won a grant. Wow.
So, okay, now I'll tell you the next one. Okay, the next one is a study where a scientist put ear mites in his own ear.
And surprise, he could hear better.
ये तो वरुण वाला थियरी है ना कि तू जा कान के डॉक्टर के पास और वो ऐसा क्लीनिंग करे और वो जब निकालेगा तो मेरे को सब कुछ सुने दे, वापस बोलने का स्टोरी.
So this was
stand up भी कर रहा हूँ इसके ऊपर.
This was a veterinarian called Robert Lopez of New York, and he did this experiment in 1993. Okay, and he described this experiment that he did, where he inserted ear mites from an infected cat into his own left ear. He immediately heard scratching and moving sounds as the mites explored his ear canal. Then he experienced an intense itching sensation, and the scratching sounds grew louder as the mites headed towards his eardrum. It took a month for the infection to go away, and Lopez noted that it didn't stop him from repeating the experiment 2 more times.
Wow.
But with each subsequent infection, his symptoms became less severe and resolved more quickly. So basically, he did this experiment to see if the human body develops immunity to ear mites. And it does. So we have Robert Lopez to thank for this information.
Wow.
And the last one is a researcher who performed colonoscopies on himself.
On himself.
Wow. So in 2006, a Japanese gastroenterologist called Dr. Akira Horiuchi, okay, he basically decided to perform self-colonoscopies multiple times. He chronicled this activity in his journal. Okay. Horiuchi wanted to show people that colonoscopies are not painful and that the fears of the procedure may be exaggerated. So he used pediatric endoscopes.
You think he was also just scratching his thing once and he was like, "Kya kar raha hai?" "Nahi, main study kar raha hu."
So yeah, so basically the variability, he basically did this to see how difficult or not it is, and he did it 4 times over a 2-month period, and his findings were that his discomfort level was different for each screening. And he said basically this discomfort level is the thing that causes a lot of people to have an aversion to having their butt probed. But I think this is another experiment that you can see from afar what the results are going to be.
Like before you start, like the hypothesis is the proof.
No, and also, bro, you know, the entire time we've been talking about medical studies, मेरे दिमाग में पता है क्या चल रहा है कि जो भी public है who's taking part in the study, उनको पैसा कितना मिला है. Because I'm not kidding, जब मैं यूनिवर्सिटी में था वो टाइम पे हम लोग जॉब्स ढूंढते थे ना कि टाइम पास क्या जॉब है, तो lot of times what would show up is if you're like in the age group of 18 to 25 or whatever, right, younger bodies, they want to test out falana timka, so you can get to be a part of a medical study for which you will also get paid.
A medical studies / Marvel movie, because वो भी ऐसे ही start होता है.
Bro, मजाक नहीं कर रहा, जब भी मेरे को दिखे थे ना एड्स उस पे, मैंने तो सोचा था एक बार कर ही लूं, because for those 16 ये सब जो मेडिकल स्टडीज हो रहे थे यार, they'll trying out a new pill and see how it works, etc. You know which one is actually working, which one is placebo. And falana timka, I don't remember exactly, but वो time पे I remember seeing all of those ads, and dude, for that 1.5 month session, you're getting 650 quid, 650 pound,
and possibly a third arm coming from your chest.
But at that point, you're considering it, right? Like at that point, you're not.
Of course, I almost said yes, then I eventually said no, and I started selling security systems, door to door. जैसे मैं जाता था बेचने के लिए, एक तो मुझे कलर देख के बोलते थे कि भाई मैं तेरे से क्यों लूंगा सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम, बिकॉज आई एम गोइंग टू प्रॉपर लाइक वाइट ब्रेड नेबरहुड्स, ओल्ड अंकल आंटी लोग, यू कुड ऑलमोस्ट सी इट ऑन देयर फेस की good day son, but this ain't happening.
मैं तेरे से सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम लेगा तो तेरे को ही मेरा कोड मालूम
फिर से लगेगा ही नहीं कि कुछ हुआ है.
तू दिन में सिक्योरिटी बेच रहा है और रात में सिक्योरिटी ले रहा है.
और एंड में मैं जीता हूँ 1000 पाउंड रोज और मेरा पूरा एजुकेशन फ्री.
बेटा एक काम करो, एक मेडिकल रिसर्च में घुस जाओ.
Okay, good. Should we get into reading them super chats? अरे बाबा तेरा था ना, तेरा तो टॉपिक तो था, बता.
मेरा
Sorry, देखो पहले काटा.
etymologies of some word. So you know where this started?
Why do I feel you got this topic because you wanted to just say etymology?
No, not at all.
Because you know one of those words अगर etymology क्या बोला ये?
नहीं. I'll tell you where this started. Okay, so this started with I was having a conversation with a friend in office, and I was just basically saying that there are some words that sound like they mean the exact opposite of what they actually mean. Okay, that's so. For the longest time, there are two words in particular that I feel for the longest time I thought meant the exact opposite, which is the word purchase. So the word purchase feels like, just, I don't know, if you gave it with no context to anybody, it just feels like to purchase feels like to sell something, not to buy something. I don't know why, it just sounds like it. And the other word
may just be you, huh, Baba?
It's definitely not, like it doesn't sound like it's selling to me.
I don't know, it just felt like I purchased this, I sold it. It sounds like that in my head. And
wait, is this a actual fact या किधर ऐसे है या
no,
this is
no,
तेरा
no, this is me.
हाँ वही, I thought as much. हाँ.
And the other word is the word vivid. For some reason, vivid seems, just from its oral values, seems like the word seems hazy, not crystal clear, because it seems vivid. I don't know, for some reason
but hazy seems hazy to you.
Hazy is hazy. Right, so it just, I don't know, it just felt like that's how it so from there I sort of got into it, and I was getting into like some.
Did you literally go Google, does anybody else also feel vivid?
No. I was
actually hazy.
Can I actually?
No. And Google said, Baba, no, it's just you.
I thought Kautuk would know I thought that there would be a condition of this.
I'm sure there is.
And Kautuk would know the word for the condition for what this is, where you think the word means something else, but it doesn't.
Is it Tare Zameen Par?
I don't know. It just felt like so purchase and so I just started reading like words that sort of get to thing like the word nice. Okay, actually in old like the etymology of the word comes from like French English, right? And the word actually means bad. It means ignorant or foolish.
Nice means ignorant or foolish.
Yes, in the olden days. And what happened is, over a period of time, it sort of just became positive, because once it was introduced to the English language.
Oh, it's like the word sick. Remember how when sick used to be like a person who's got gastro, and then it became like, oh, it's a great party.
Yeah.
So, but in this case, it was really funny because once it came into the English language, it was often used to refer to a person who was ludicrously overdressed, which then got confused to something that is refined, and somebody who was nicely dressed. And so then nice became nice.
And then now it's a biscuit with sugar on top. Best biscuit.
Yeah. So back in the day, it made sense when people said nice guys finish last.
Yeah. And I was just coming from, correct. And I was just coming from the other, and another word is Nimrod, right? Like the word Nimrod. Actually,
Nimrod Kaur.
But Nimrod actually means somebody who's like inept, right? Like somebody who's not great at what they're doing. But actually the word Nimrod means skillful hunter. That's what it means. And it comes from the word Nimrod comes from the great grandson of Noah, who was one of the most powerful biblical kings. And over time, it also became a situation because of the American animation Bugs Bunny, where Elmer Fudd called someone a Nimrod. And then it became almost like, how when you call your friend Einstein, you're saying it sarcastically. So over time, it became something that became thing. So it was
that's so true. Like over the years, I think 100 साल बाद कोई किसी को Einstein बोल रहा है, मतलब उसको चूतिया बना रहे. Like not saying Einstein nicely. Like what if that becomes mainstream, right?
No, even no shit Sherlock.
Yeah, no shit Sherlock.
Yeah, no shit Sherlock. Yeah. So there was that. But then it took me down the path, and there are a few words like which had some interesting origins. And I'm not going to take you through like a million of them, but like the word.
Take us through 5.
Yeah. So the word shampoo comes from an Indian word, right?
Champu.
Champu
and champi, right? But the word sandwich actually
comes from the Earl of Sandwich.
Correct. So this guy basically used to be an avid gambler. Okay. And because he didn't want to leave the table, his gambling table, he would want his food between 2 slices of bread. So he didn't have to leave it.
Oh.
Okay. So after all of that, everybody on the table would be like, I'm going to have a sandwich, which is what he is having. And that's how it sort of became like
फिर वहां से chocolate samosa sandwich
और अभी जाके sandwich.
There's some really like interesting, like the word nightmare. Okay.
Was actually a horse at.
No, you would think that, right? But it's not.
No,
it's actually a female goblin that sits on you and suffocates you while you sleep.
Oh, this is sleep paralysis.
Entangles her hair around you in a mare lock, which induces bad thoughts, and therefore it's a nightmare.
This is a sleep paralysis thing.
Yeah. So
where people with sleep paralysis, they often report that they feel like they get up and they feel like this choking sensation, and they feel like they see a shadowy figure sitting on their chest and they can't breathe.
Yeah.
It's very creepy.
Wow.
There's
like multiple people have said that.
Yeah, lots of people. Like if you look up sleep paralysis, even on Wikipedia, you'll see a sketch that someone had drawn about this sort of experience. So they see a bunch of stuff. They see.
So this is not woman on top.
Quite the opposite.
No. So because sleep paralysis basically is that your mind is awake, but your body is still in the sleep.
Yeah.
Like locked. So you're kind of in a half dream state. So you're seeing all of these things. And a lot of people also report they'll see shadowy figures in the corners of their room. And a lot of times at the foot of their bed. So they'll see someone is looking at them like that.
Yeah. ये सब नहीं है. I don't think so.
Because
वो तो मेरे को बिना sleep paralysis के भी हुआ कितने बार. अरे ये तो normal shadow है.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean the word clue and ketchup and avocado and all everyone knows, but Varun, do you have a mortgage?
Everyone
knows how the words came about, like avocado.
Ketchup ka bol? Avocado ka bol? I don't know avocado.
You just assume everybody's read the same article. What? Bata na.
No. I thought avocado was pretty thing because avocado comes from this word called ahucatl or something like that, which is an Aztec word. Okay, it's an Aztec word, but they couldn't do it. But in Aztec, ahucatl, which means
ahucatl,
it's spelled Ahuacatl. Something like that. Okay, so it means testicle.
Oh, because it looks like one.
Yeah, so it's a testicle-shaped fruit, right? Like the word clue, for example, came from Greek mythology.
Glue or clue?
Clue.
Like a evidence clue, like that.
Yeah. It came because Minotaur, the monster with the body of a man and the head
Minotaur.
of a
Minotaur.
What did I say?
Minotaur. Body who's half man, half
Minto.
Chocolate.
Correct. So he was trapped by Theseus. He was trapped by Theseus in a labyrinth, right? And what he did is he used a ball of yarn, or what they would call a clue at that point, which is CLEW, to find his way out. And and Kautuk, ketchup, you're going to like ketchup. So ketchup, the term originates, and possibly the first reference of it might be as early as the 17th century when the Chinese used koi chiap to refer to a mix of pickled fish and spices. And therefore, it became a condiment to be had. And from there, the first recording in the English language is in 1690, which was Ketchup, and which was a mispronunciation of Ketchup or whatever. And
Shit.
Bawa, it was mispronunciation, also mispreparation, because udhar un log machhi use kar rahe, idhar apan टमाटर यूज कर रहे हैं.
Yeah.
Not even टमाटर. Actually, ketchup में टमाटर बहुत कम होता है. Right? Tomato ketchup has other stuff more, right? What is that? Remember?
कद्दू भी रहता है इसमें.
Papaya, pumpkin. It has more pumpkin.
Okay. Last one I'll do. And Varun, you've taken a mortgage on your house.
What?
Have you?
Mortgage?
No, I haven't.
Oh, to write out outright खरीदा है?
हाँ.
Oh, very lucky you are.
अरे क्या ऐसे सुपर चैट्स आते हैं ना. Thanks Tisami. इसी बात पे please don't forget to go on the Insta Mojo page and do it. Don't do it on YouTube. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay, continue.
Because if you had mortgage actually means death pledge.
Mortgage.
So it means death pledge, and that's it. But this one was not thing. I just thought that it was an interesting thing.
ये लोन तुम कब तक भरोगे सर? मरते दम तक.
इसीलिए होम लोन तो 25 साल ही है. तो तुम जब तक खत्म करोगे तुम मर ही जाओगे. So it's great. But are you with me on Vivid, at least if not purchase?
Baba, we are not with you on either of those, and everything you subsequently said also.
You know, we're going to find out who the real Baba Sims are. From the people who are going to be like, नहीं बाबा मैं ना starting से ही Vivid ऐसा मेरे को hazy दिखता था और
like think about it, no, onomatopoeically or just the oral value of the word, doesn't it make it sound like it's Vivid?
Baba, anything sounds like anything if you try to sell it like this. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't Chutia sound like an amazing person? Like, you know, Chutia, it sounds like an amazing person.
No, I'm saying like just dhundla type scene hai, bro. That's all I was trying to say. And guys, like when every time
लेकिन धुंधला तो तू हेजी बोल रहा है ना. हेजी धुंधला हो गया. तूने माना कि हेजी है और धुंधले के मतलब हेजी है, तो तू धुंधले के लिए हेजी के बदले विविड क्यों यूज करेगा?
Because मेरे को विविड से लग रहा है.
मिलॉर्ड दफा 302 ये बस किया गया है तुझे. Guys, whoever agrees with me, please tell me.
Also not oral value, guys. Oral value, which is AU.
Oral, AURAL.
But Baba,
oral bol, oral.
Doesn't oral sound like it's something that you would do with your
hands? Doesn't oral sound like something you do with your mouth? Oral.
That's why I said oral, not oral.
तेरी thoughts बहुत vivid है बाबा. तेरी thoughts बहुत vivid है.
That's what I agree. Okay. I agree with you with the real meaning.
I think तुझे अपना घर purchase कर लेना पड़ेगा. क्योंकि तेरा mortgage. चलो अभी ये उल्टा पुल्टा हो जाएगा. ओके चलो.
ये था तेरा clue.
हाँ. Okay. Cool.
Should I start reading just Insta Mojo? We only have 4 today because that's how nice people have been. From Mia, we've got Just Love and Respect. So, is Spotify audience को बोलना निकलने को?
हाँ.
Because
सुनने देंगे.
Okay. So Mia says Just Love and Respect. So thank you, Mia, for that. Jaisha says sends a yellow color heart. I don't know what yellow color heart. Jaundiced heart. Nice. Varun with like a heart from Sahiti. So
thank you, Sahiti.
And
thank you. Sorry, Baba ruined it by saying jaundiced heart.
No. That was the second one. That was a different one.
Oh, okay.
And Torture by Bhai Films, says Ruju Shah. Lol. Nice. So which is also true. All right, we can now read the YouTube ones. Thakur, you want to read or you want me to?
No, you will have to read because I have to take 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. But if you are taking 30 seconds, then if they are about you, then what we'll do?
2-3 hai.
Acha, okay.
Acha, you take 30 seconds.
Okay, let's go. Rayo Vallecano dosto. Wrong one. Rayo Vallecano dosto. Vallecano Rayo. Please organize Peace and 442 live in Melbourne. Happy to host you all. Enjoy Alfonso season. Good night. Bawa Fan Club CFC Suraj Shetty has sent this message. Suraj, good night. When you see this, we hope. हम लोग आएंगे Australia, no problem. Kautuk, have you had a good Alfonso? I'm honestly asking you this year because I've really not had a good Alfonso this year so far.
No, neither have I. Like for some reason, a lot of the mangoes I got, and even the ones that were supposedly fresh, the gutli seemed to be very like off for some reason. I don't know how to explain it. The seed.
Correct. I agree. Acha, I really don't know if this is a real super chat or not. Oh yeah, it is. So Palika ka Peter Druria says, I don't know what footy commentators do in off season. Tiske super chat mein vacancy hai kya? I can be Alpha 1 ka Aadar Malik or Vile Parle ka Varun Thakur. Very well done.
Alpha 1 is very niche reference.
Yes, very, very. May the force be with Tis always, says Dhruv Meena. Thank you so much.
Dhruvi
Meena. I'm so sorry. Dhruvi Meena. Thank you guys for what you guys do. It helps a lot. It's all in caps lock, says Viresh Sanguli. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Viresh.
Tis live. Luggage Paishe. Love you guys, says Rohan Kulkarni. Thank you. And it's a good amount. Thank you so much for that. Kautuk, which word you said the most before Sidhi?
I think it was red card.
Okay, nice. Baba, if ice cream hadn't been invented, what would you be eating instead? Good question. I would be eating dahi, I guess. Varun, we have to ask Varun this. If no OTT platforms existed, how would you spend your time instead? This is a great question for Thakur. We should ask. Aadar, if no monkeys existed, which animal? I'm so sorry.
I'm certain it is a chow chow.
It is a chow chow. It would be a chow chow. Okay. Remind me to ask this question to Varun about OTT platforms. Mujhe bawasir hai. Kya karu? Doggy style. 100 rupees he has sent. That's probably your username is the reason. Varun Thakur, when are you going to do live stand-up, bro? Abhi Gurnani is asking. He did and he's going to do more. But abhi wo honeymoon pe ja raha hai. So I would think thoda time lagega. This live stream is back. So glad to see you guys. Can't watch the whole show tonight. We'll catch up later. Peter Pan to... Sorry, what?
Panto Paryanta he gya paise.
Parto Paryanta. And it is Aristotle.
Nice.
I love you guys. Heart. Finally caught your live. Hashtag Baba Simp. Nidhi Gupta. Thank you so much, Nidhi. Yeah, podcast is back. Here is Paishe. I have booked a ticket for the next in-person test. Looking forward to that. I also attended one improv story session by Neville and Kautuk, and it was absolutely brilliant, says Chandrika Rao.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Chandrika Rao. Thank you. Hoping to see you guys in California soon. Until then, bell bottom. I'm sorry, Varun is not. ये Varun का पाव भाजी का सीन है क्या ये?
हाँ, हो सकता है.
Also,
Baba, Chandrika came for the show. We should tell them about. We've recorded one fully improvised horror story, which will be out soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. It's quite fun.
Correct. Now, hoping to see you guys. ये हो गया. Your podcasts are real stress busters and remind me of the amazing time spent with my friends. So thank you, says Shubhangi Mantri with 50 pounds. Thank you so much for that amount. Thank you. And I'm glad we could help. How to deal with career anxiety? 21-year-old history student in this political environment. Not even a professional degree. Podcast is antidepressant. Keep going, says Maitri Pandey. You're 21. You have a lot of time to figure out what you want to do. I promise you and assure you that. Even if you are a history student. So I think that you can spend some time thinking about how or what it is that your career path or trajectory or what you want to do is before you need to start worrying about all of this. This is my opinion, only my opinion. And there are other people who are smarter than I am, including your therapist, if you have one, or people like career counselors or parents or elders or Kautuk Srivastav, you have any points?
No, I mean, career advice is just generally like, the advisor, broadly speaking, this is not any particular specific advice, but generally speaking, like find a career which intersects your the thing that you like to do the money that you will make and
अरे तू मेरा Venn diagram दिखा रहा है.
हाँ,
People
तेरा
will.
बता ना.
So
No, but it's not people you. I was thinking of another thing where it's like thing you like to do, money and stuff that you'll get for it, and the outcome that it will have on society. So then in the middle of it, you'll find
तेरा
purpose.
societal outcome है. So mine is a very simple model for those who already have a job and then they keep trying to think, which is that it's money, it's people, and the kind of work you're doing. So the people you work with, and in that there is an intersection set. And at any given point in your life stage, you will have one circle which is bigger than the other, so that overlap is slightly more. And you find something that intersects with at least 2 out of the 3. The bullseye is the best. So that's how much I can say what I think. We'll watch later. Super chat for appreciation. Also, Minneapolis list mein dal do. Done, Aniket Joshi. Thank you for that. Hi guys. Been long since we had a live. Too exhausted from work. So going for a shower. We'll catch you episode. Sorry. I love you. Siddharth Saxena says this. Kaisa tha pav bhaji, Varun Thakur? Okay. You have to say bell bottom.
Bell bottom. And then it was bell bottom.
And now you have another question. Varun, if there were no OTT platforms, how would you spend your time instead?
Reading.
Oh my God.
Okay. Continuing. I was so glad that my lunch was sorted when the notification came out. Not anymore. Thanks, Aadar. Because of his torture stories. Alice Farias says.
खाना खाते खाते Aadar intestine निकाल रहे हैं.
Sorry, Alice Farias. She said that she was. I'm assuming from the name. She said not out anymore. Thanks, Aadar, because of his torture. So, अरे मैं आइसक्रीम खाना बंद कर दिया था तभी. I've been on a TIS binge lately. Love the camaraderie y'all share. Sending you love from Houston, Texas. P.S. I know
Houston, we have a problem. This camaraderie is fake.
I know it's a little late for my vote, but Neville, you look hot, clean shaven. Thank you. Thank you.
Also,
ये काफी बेंच चल रहा है क्योंकि तूने बहुत टाइम हुआ शेव करके बाबा.
हाँ, और Thakur, one more question came from Abhi Gurnani who said, VT, when are you going to do live stand-up, bruh?
अभी तो
live stand-up. अभी मैंने 5 शो किया तभी तुम लोग आए नहीं. शो करने के बाद बोलते हो कब करना है. But
ये same problem है.
Now I'm only doing stand-up on honeymoon.
Literally, when Kautuk and I left Delhi, we got a message saying तुम लोग दिल्ली कब आ रहे हैं?
Yeah.
Literally.
Guys, मैं अपने शो के लिए 1 महीने पहले तुमको बता के रखूंगा. ठीक है, टिकट्स लाइव जाएंगे अगस्त में. फिलहाल प्लान चल रहा है. अभी ऑन होल्ड है मेरा टूर. I'll start in August.
Okay, but if you are in Berlin or you are in Amsterdam or you
I'm not performing there.
I will be performing there. So please.
I'm performing there later.
बाबा
इंटरनेशनल कॉमेडियन.
अरे ब्रो मैं काम के लिए जा रहा है तो चिपका रहा है 200. बाबा मुंबई में मास्क लगा रहे हैं क्या लोग? And he spelled mask the way it should be spelled. मास्क लगा रहे क्या लोग? Daniel Ansari, well done, thank you so much. Yes, लगा रहे हैं. Hey guys, love the podcast. It's so entertaining. Aadar, please do a meet and greet in London. We'll bake you vegan cupcakes, says Soumya. Soumya, we will attempt to send this message to Aadar.
But if you want to send us the cupcakes,
yes,
we are happy to.
A504 Kranti Building, Manish Market, Porbandar Road, Baikala.
Impact of
Ahmedabad 400
Prajish
53.
Wait na. Prajish has said impact of wet underwear on thermoregulatory responses and thermal comfort in the cold. I found the actual paper.
Hilarious.
Finding literature is my job and it's one of the best titles I've ever found.
Wow.
क्या बात है. Wet underwear.
I like Varun's sense of humor. हीरा ही हीरा को पहचान सकता है. नाना मोरिनियो पाटिल.
अरे
ये खुद की पीठ पे थपथपाते हुए. Thanks though.
Kavita Pedanti, thank you so much for this. Pedanti, thank you so much for this. Thanks for being a constant source of stress relief. Eagerly looking forward to TIS live in San Jose. Happy to host you guys, says Kartika. एक और लिख लिया हमने. Abbas Manaswala says, it's my birthday eve tonight. Love you guys always. Happy anniversary.
Happy Holi की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं.
Correct. Onam Asham Sagar. All of that. Daniel Ansari says, Baba, doesn't jaundice sound like something you eat with cheese? Funny.
Baba, doesn't AIDS pulao sound like?
Yeah.
Ansi Samuel, thank you so much. Soumitra Aghor says, you guys are just like friends. No, most of the time.
We won't be there for you.
Most times, even I start talking about the topic if you guys are listening, as if you guys are listening. But koi to sun raha na, bye. That's how you relatable you guys are. Thanks. You're welcome, Soumitra. Thank you for that. Thanks, caps lock में
ये क्या था तेरा जो तूने किया?
उसने thanks caps lock में
Caps
लिखा.
lock में
अच्छा भाई मेरे को ये मजा आता है ये वाला पार्ट पे बाबा फुल परफॉर्म करते हैं सुपर चैट्स एकदम पढ़ के सुनाते हैं which are as opposite to how they might be written but it's fun. बाबा थोड़ा वो तू बाकी सब शोज में आवाज कर रहा था ना बंदर बंदर ये वो सब करना थोड़ा.
Oh my god, dude, that was
थोड़ा
amazing.
थोड़ा तो कर.
If they come, okay.
Guys, please say the animal and Baba. We'll do a full back to back of Baba imitating all
David
the
Attenbauer.
No.
हाँ. David अठाने का Baba.
Athana Baba. Better Call Saul season 6 देखा क्या?
नहीं देखने का
भाई
है.
चुप बैठो
हाँ,
आज नहीं
देखने का
सीजन 6 देखा आज मिड सीजन फिनाले है जो तोड़ फोड़ होने वाला
Oh
है.
shit, इसमें सॉल मर जाता है ना?
हाँ.
काजोल ने मारा है उसको.
काजोल ने मारा उसको. सही बात.
Suggestions for gifting for a wedding gift for a friend. Ang Kurosaki has asked. It depends on this friend, how well you know this friend, and how much you want to pull their leg and how much you want to spend. उसके ऊपर.
Hey, can I tell you?
बाकी इधर होता था ना, they would calculate कि अच्छा मुझे जब गिफ्ट मिली थी कितने की मिली थी और उसका equivalent मैं दूंगा.
Correct.
But I think a good idea to do it if you don't want to give the thing alone is like a bunch of friends get together, contribute and get something bigger that one person obviously can't spend that much on. But the likelihood of you guys getting a good gift for that friend becomes much better. Like all of us have given like travel vouchers to each other, right? During and it no matter where you are at what point of time, that voucher is going to be handy. Whether you use it for your own, give it, whatever. To trip पे जा, show के लिए use कर, जो भी कर. That travel voucher always helps, you know. So something that you guys can come together and give your friend will be interesting.
A utilitarian thing which has a great value.
Yeah.
That's what.
There was a friend of mine. He got this great gift from, again, it was a contributed thing from his friends, and the gift he got was they gave him 30 wine bottles, and you're supposed to open one wine bottle every anniversary.
Oh wow!
So
that's cool.
Yeah, and they've got like it comes with your own name, like the label and everything. I don't know where, like any other details.
But 30 का 30 सुला का वाइन था कि
अच्छा सुलाने वाला वाइन था. Baba Neha Ragani has said Baba also contronyms, words that have opposite meanings. Like to bolt is to fasten something, but also to run away. Or custom is a common practice, but also something specially made. But that
और बताओ अच्छा लगा ये.
Currently in Finland for my MSc, and this keeps me sane and helps with some homesickness. Love you loads. Kautuk, I love second-hand stories.
Thank you. Yes, if you haven't checked it out, there's now 27 of them. So you can check it out from my channel.
Priyadarshini Venkat. Oh, Kautuk, I had to tell you something. I was driving and I heard the Valentine's Day 4 stories. Bro, वो Japanese वाला जो bro मैं रोया है. क्या वो और वो German वाला bro वो Japanese scuba diving वाला तो fuck I have just like lost my mind. I can't believe it.
अच्छा क्या अभी मेरे को भी सुनना पड़ेगा. कितने एपिसोड है तो
intense.
Outstanding. It is outstanding.
It's the Valentine's Day special. It's quite a hardcore story.
And the thing is, you said it also like you made it so succinct. It's just so short. It's a very short story, but it's too powerful. Anyway, but so yes, Priyadarshini, I agree with you as well, and most of us do. Hi guys, love these Zoom shows more than offline ones. These are nostalgic and fun. Nice stash, Varun. Loved your work in.
I'm like, वो कैसे दिखाई दे रहा?
Loved your work in HPN.
मेरा हेरोइन थोड़ी दिखाई दे रहा है यहाँ पर किसी को.
What is HPN?
हाँ?
What is HPN?
What is it? HTTP है. क्या बोल रहा
है? नहीं. Loved your work. Varun loved your work in HPN.
Oh, humble politician Nograj.
Would love a spin-off on Karan Baba. Subhash Jadhav has asked.
Please दाने सेठ को मैसेज करो और साथ खान को मैसेज करो और अपलॉज को मैसेज करो और उनको बोलो कि एक with me in the lead spin-off बना है.
You guys are the best. Thanks for helping me cope through the tough time I had after my breakup. You guys are the best. And Kolkata kab aa rahe ho? Jeet Gupta. Aayenge, and sorry about the breakup, and things get better with time. Always. Hey guys, I don't know, but I want to gift all 4 of you my NFT art. It will either be the dumbest thing you ever own or the most expensive one. Even I will find out in a few years. Thank you, Anup. That's a really sweet thought.
Yeah.
I'd like an NFT. I've not had. No one's given me NFT.
Yeah.
अरे तेरी बीवी को बोल बनाने ब्रो. She'll make the best one. तू क्या तेरे घर पे NFT मशीन है? तू बाहर वाले लोगों से क्या मांग?
That address Varun gave was like that Golmaal address. The March.
No, it's actually Kautuk's address. I just doxed him.
Actually, send it.
Love Tis EY for everything you do. Chetan Bhatia has said this. He has said, check out my friend's channel. Andar is Bandar. He writes for, does voiceovers and all the animation in his videos. So please do that.
What's it called? What is it called?
Andar is Bandar.
Andar is Bandar. Guys, go check out. Is it a YouTube channel? What is it?
It is a YouTube channel.
Guys, go check out Andar hai Bandar. ये वैसा लग रहा है, पता है Dunstan checks in का हिंदी वर्जन क्या था ना, एक बंदर होटल के अंदर.
Yeah.
That was the Hindi title of Dunstan checks in.
Abhik Rig has said, was lucky to catch this episode. Thor 4 trailer question mark?
I saw the teaser. The teaser.
Yeah, वो तो पहले आया था, उसके बाद ट्रेलर आ गया क्या वापस?
Yeah, trailer आया, and I don't want to see it because I know I'm going to see the movie, so I don't want to spoil it.
No, how are you going to wait? Stay away from watching it.
You just skip it for 5 days and then you're done.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
No.
Thanks, guys, for the suggestions. Ang Kurosaki has said. That was monkey sounds. Studying in Cambridge, UK, came here after a long time. Ye lo paise ab itni औकात hai, keep shining, tis boys. Parul Shiva says this. Arey, don't worry about the amount. Bhai, it's the thought that counts.
And the platform you're giving it on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Instamojo link is there.
Aditya Madhuri has said, we'll catch the full episode later. Kautuk, I'm unable to join secondhand stories recordings due to working hours. How to share story ideas? You guys are the best. Bell bottom.
So if you go to any of the secondhand stories, the YouTube videos, in the description, you'll find a Discord link, and there you will find a channel called Secondhand Sources. You can drop it there. David Athane ka bawa.
David Athane ka bawa.
Yes.
On this episode.
But elephant sound I've already done, na? And then they said, Varun, you also, it makes bawa sound more legit. That's true. No, it's not. It's that.
Bawa, can you do it without doing this?
Yeah.
It sounds less like an elephant.
No,
I think it's the visual aid.
It's the visual aid. Hi. तो आवाज कुछ भी नहीं का. ऐसा भी करो तो सब लोग क्या बोलेंगे elephant. Main क्या है?
अरे करके भी elephant नहीं बोल रहा ना.
सब बोल रहे हैं elephant.
करके elephant को नहीं बोल रहा है.
देख सब क्या बोलेंगे? अरे तो elephant है. Visually.
Valetary Votas, not Valetary Votas. Valetary Votas has said, any vacation ideas near Pune in June?
Sinagad.
Panchgani.
वो क्या है यार? मुल्शी.
मुल्शी डैम.
अरे बुशी डैम नहीं बे. बुशी डैम मत जाओ प्लीज.
तो क्या?
मुल्शी बुशी डैम क्यों जा रहा है?
उधर वेकेशन आइडियाज तू क्या एक दिन के लिए जाएगा? मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. पंचगनी जाओ ना, पंचगनी. अच्छा, ओके.
तू सबको अपने बोर्डिंग स्कूल क्यों भेज रहा है?
अरे नहीं रे. All right. The Saurabh says, hey, Manvendra Dark was good.
सर आप गलत चैनल पे आए हो. इधर मनवेंद्र नाम का कोई नहीं है. बट थैंक यू फॉर दिस. ऐसे भी होता है क्या कि कोई गलत चैनल पे? अरे तन्मय, you're hilarious.
Oh, they're talking amongst themselves. Manvendra Gaur says, Saurabh.
1 second. Have people run out of chat boxes to chat that they are super chatting us to talk to somebody?
No, this is not super chat. So
why are you reading it? You're just reading. What are you, Ron Burgundy, reading everything off of
It's on Instamojo. It's on Instamojo. So what's happened is, first, Saurabh has sent a message saying, "Hey Manvendra, Dark was good." Then after that, Manvendra sent a message to Saurabh saying, "Saurabh, The Expanse देख."
अरे यार,
इसमें पैसे कौन दे रहा है?
दोनों दे रहे हैं.
अच्छा, दोनों पैसे. Guys, please continue. I feel give more suggestions on at Instamojo.
And Kushal Chhabria says, "All the best, guys." That's a simpler one without the complications of anything else.
Thank you, Kushal.
मस्त.
कुशल हो गया और है
सार्थक
has said, "Goa show है तो बताना, save करने का है." Cool. And Ranganath RL has said, "Boys, watched KGF 2. Thoughts?"
not yet.
No.
My thought is that I have to watch KGF 1 first before 2.
Yeah.
There is.
मैंने उसमें वही सीन देखा है, वो जो कोई गन से मारते तो गन इतना गर्म हो जाती है कि वो सिगरेट जलाते हैं.
No, Stephen Jacob says, "Cheers, thank you, cheers." Nerd says, "Varun, please re-add Space Cadet show in Delhi."
Yes. Like I said, June, July, I'm on hold, but July and August type में I'll start again. तो वो टाइम पे आऊंगा, तभी पहले टिकट खरीदना प्लीज. अभी बोल, I'm giving out 2 months heads up.
Correct.
I have also told my manager who's on this call now we publicly said August में शो हो रहा है, तो अभी तो शो करना ही पड़ेगा bro.
Correct. The March Diary, acha guys, super chat band. The March Diary says, "Given that you guys have done very decently in your careers, what is that one thing you guys want to achieve still? Been here since episode 1, would love to see one episode on your journeys and some stories from that."
Oh,
I mean, a lot of our stories have been stories from the journey only. But what was the question? That where do we see ourselves in 5 years? What is it? Sorry, I forgot.
Got some. We've done decently well in our careers. What's the one thing that we still want to achieve? ऐसा बीकन थिएटर बेचने का एक पोस्ट के साथ.
हाँ, नहीं, मैं 50,000 पोस्ट करने के लिए रेडी हूँ. मेरे को बीकन थिएटर बेचने का.
Yeah, lots.
कैसे उसको क्वांटिफाई कैसे करेगा? Short term, long term, extra
yeah,
long
very,
term.
very long term.
Be a good human being. You know what I mean? Like, but immediately off the top of your head, one thing I know, there's 100 things that we still want to accomplish. But जैसे बाबा को एक टिकट पे ये बेचने का बीकन थिएटर, देखो क्या तो
नहीं यार, मेरे को एक पिक्चर बनाने का ब्रो, डायरेक्ट करने का मेरे को एक फीचर.
तो लिख रहा तो मैं ही हूँ, एक्टिंग कौतुक और एक्टिंग मैं कर लूंगा और आदर तो है ही अपने पास. तो देर किस बात की बाबा,
म्यूजिक
सिर्फ पैसा लेके आ और बनाते.
हाँ.
Yeah, I think my goals are, I mean, I have lots of goals and they're all artistic. Like I don't think I've reached my own idea of what I want my writing and performing to be. So I think, yeah, that.
You always sort of compare it to what else is going on. That, oh, मेरे को ये level तक, like, for example, like I've always, I mean, all of us as comedians want to at least have that one bit. Every comedian has that one bit that will be quoted.
Yeah, remembered
like,
forever.
Through years. Yeah. Like a piece of art, whatever it is. Whether you are sketching it, you're writing a sketch, you're writing a stand-up set, a film, some acting performance, whatever, something artistic that you're doing. That one thing, you always feel like you want that to go through like generations. That guy did this joke, it was great. Oh, he did this acting, it was great. Oh, that thing he wrote was fantastic. Whatever, something like that.
Yeah, I think artistically, there's lots of like there are levels, and I don't think like I'm anywhere close to what I want to be. So
the other thing I really want to do, like I'm pretty much sure that it's not a impossible goal, but I want to fucking try and visit every country on this planet.
Nice.
Yeah.
And perform or just visit?
No, अरे क्या भी हर जगह थोड़ी परफॉर्म करना है. मतलब हाँ, अगर कोई जैसे इतना ग्लोबल सेट लिख दिया कि पापुआ न्यू गिनी में भी किल हो रहा है, तो surely, but like एक विजिट तो बनता है ना. और एक स्पेस जाना है, लेकिन वो मेरे हाथ में नहीं है यार. और मेरी बीवी सीरियसली बोले कि मैं तेरे को जाने नहीं दूंगी. ठीक है, ये लेवल तक पहुंच गया कॉन्वर्सेशन.
अरे बेजोस ब्रांड डील भेजेगा, स्पेस स्टेशन में आके परफॉर्म कर. तो उधर निकिता नहीं, आप जूम लिंक भेजो चुपचाप.
झूठ बोलना पड़ेगा. बेबी, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू मीट माय फ्रेंड्स और कट टू सीधा ब्लू ओरिजिन्स. बाय बेबी. ऊपर Must. Sorry, I was just saying that I'm going to go to space, even though you said I can't. देख इसने सुना आ भी गई बाहर. Okay, chalo. Anything else? Any other super chats left?
It seems like there is a super chat, but that's probably gotten missed. So we're just trying to.
Harvey says, Baba, please reply on super chat. Is first of my life 40 rupees ka hai, but
no, but we can't find the super chat. So Naman, do we have it in backend? I don't have backend access on this. So
okay, we'll figure it out. If it is, we will remember it and we will come and say it next time to whoever gave that super chat. Thank you. Guys, please stop. Please stop. Please stop sending super chats. There's like
Harvey, can you write it in chat, please? Just send it here, please. If you can send it in chat, we'll figure it out, whatever that super chat was. We can't seem to find it. Naman, if you find it, please post it. Varun, Anonymous is saying, Varun, Shaitan Haveli is nice. Neville, nice Insta photo. Kautuk, great stand-up video. Very precise.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Crystal anonymous thing.
Nice.
ये सब के scene में बाबा nice Insta photo.
Parul Srivastav says, will start a second career in my 30s after my studies. Just a little scared. Any advice on life or career wise? ये अब भी अपन बोला है पारुल. अब भी अपन बोला है. ये थोड़ी देर पहले अपन ने बात की.
Yes, second career in my 30s. I mean, मैंने नहीं दिया advice. मेरा एक bit यही है कि it's never too late to start anything. And we've seen examples around us. I've seen examples in my family, even in our industry, so to speak. Look at
comedy.
Khatri. Look at Atul Khatri. He was doing nothing connected to comedy and now is one of the top comedians in the country. So age, I mean, I feel used to be a barrier a lot more earlier, but now you have as many more avenues and a lot of ways and means in which you can support this alternate or second career that you want to start in your 30s. So it's never too late. What is important is that jump in on it. The more time you waste thinking about should I, shouldn't I, that's time lost. So jump in on it. And if it's not going to work, you'll find out. Right, but if you just keep thinking and don't do it, you'll never find out what it was. So,
and I would say the regret of not doing something is far worse than failure itself.
100%.
So
100%.
All right. Aditya Sathe says, no, sorry. Before that, Kushal Nasit says, Varun, your magnum opus has already been Gore Gote.
I was actually very, very proud of that as a stand-up joke before we made it into a video. I mean, and the way that joke had come about also, and the journey of that joke from, oh shit, I have to write something new for this open mic today, to being called by the BBC. So this video that you're doing, it's been quite a journey. So yeah, thank you though for remembering.
एक ही space है, तो why no features? Aditya Sathe says. Huh? Is this about space?
एक ही space
है, तो why no features? I don't know. Again, I'm sorry, Aditya, I didn't understand. Again, twinning with Varun with the T-shirt. Jay Davda says. Harvey Patel says, Baba Sim, hashtag, what are cheap online therapist portals? You can look at Talk to Me, which is an NGO. I think it's talk.to-me on Instagram. Talk to Me. There's an NGO called Talk to Me. There's also Therapies India. They provide solutions across THERIPIZE, Therapies India. Or just go to my channel and at the end of every Stream for Sanity video, just scroll all the way to the end. I don't expect you to watch the whole thing. Scroll all the way to the end. And for the last, I think, minute and a half, I leave resources of various online therapy and other therapists that will also do work either for free or pay as you go, or will do that. So you can just take a look at any video of Stream for Sanity on my channel, and at the end you'll find several resources. So I hope that helps. Ansh Vadva, thank you so much for that. All right, on that note,
are we good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. On that note, that's the end of this episode of the Internet Set. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you again next week. Please don't send any more super chats. We will read this last one that has just popped in. Vivid does sound hazy.
Hilarious.
There could not have been a better way to end the episode than finding that one guy who supports Baba while saying that vivid sounds like it means hazy. Okay. On
Okay,
that note,
I
thank you
understood.
so much.
The Aditya Sate's thing was there is space on YouTube, so why no?
अभी तू ही end कर episode.
So why no guests? Because अभी आदर था तो चला गया वो इसके लिए. Okay, bye guys. See you. Enjoy.
No, I don't think that's what he meant.
That's what he said. That's what everybody is saying. That's what he meant.
Why no features?
Why no
like guests people. Featuring?
Yeah, featured guests.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I have my thoughts a little vivid about this.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Shabba khair. Good night.
Salamesh. Thank you so much. Bye. Please purchase.
Doesn't purchase means sold,
Sell.
but it